A very warm greetings, everyone. My name is Manu Bhardwaj. I am the founder and trainer at PTE for 199 Australia, and I welcome you back to my YouTube channel and this video. Well, in this video, we are going to do a live experiment to understand whether we must use accent in PTE examination or not. Well, this is definitely the most discussed topic in PTE world. Some people say that in order to get a good marks in PTE speaking, you must try to imitate a different accent. But the practice which is not being encouraged at all in the PTE world. So I thought of doing a live experiment in front of you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a read aloud task in front of you, one with the accent and one with my natural accent. And let's see how the software is going to score me. Well, before we do that experiment, I would like to share an overview about speaking section and how the scoring is done in PTE examination. So let's begin. Speaking section is definitely one of the most important sections of PTE examination. On one side, it definitely is the first section of PTE. That means it sets the tone of your examination. So it has a motivational factor associated with it. That means if you perform well in speaking, you're most likely to perform well in the rest of the sections. Now, speaking section, let's discuss the various scoring parameters of speaking section. So the entire evaluation in speaking will be done on 3 scoring parameters, would be content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. Now your entire scoring will be purely relying on these 3 factors. Now, what do you understand by content? Content means the words, phrases, or sentences in a particular question. Now, PTE simply says, if you modify my content, I'll modify your score. That means we have to stick to the original content in a particular question. Second would be pronunciation. You are expected to pronounce the word as per English language. We cannot mix the pronunciations of 2 different languages. For example, in Punjabi, we say America or Canada. We can't do that in PTE examination. We have to strictly focus towards the correct pronunciations of each word. Oral fluency gives you scoring for the flow of your speech. Now, what it means is your speech must not have the element of hesitation. So no hesitations, no fillers. Fillers are the sounds we normally use when we think. For example, ah, these kind of sounds. So we have to, it is not a very good practice to use fillers in PTE speaking at all. Now, speaking section has 5 different tasks. First is read aloud. Second task is repeat sentence. Third task is describe image. Fourth task is retell lecture. And fifth is answer short questions. Now, read aloud gives you about 1/4 of your total reading score, which means that you have to perform and read aloud to be able to secure good marks in a reading section. And also it contributes to your speaking section. Repeat sentence is definitely the most scoring task of PTE examination. It gives you major scoring in speaking and listening both. Describe image gives you scoring for speaking. Retell lecture gives you scoring for speaking and listening both. And likewise, answer short questions gives you scoring for speaking and listening. Now, this is how your speaking section looks like. Now let's start the experiment. And in this experiment, I'm going to attempt a read aloud task with an accent and without using or trying to imitate any other accent. So let's see how the software will score me. Let's begin. So in my first attempt, I'm going to do this task or attempt read aloud question with my natural accent. I am not using or trying to imitate any other accent. So let's begin. Let's see how the software will score me. So I'm going to skip this preparation so that it'll save time for us. An internal combustion engine enables the driver to decide which source of power is appropriate for the travel requirements of a given journey. Major US auto manufacturers are now developing feasible hybrid electric vehicles, and some are exploring fuel cell technology for their electric cars. Let's see how this is going to be scored. So 5 pronunciation, oral fluency 3, and content 5, which means 13 out of 15. Fair enough, a good score. Now let's do it the other way. Now I'm going to try to use a different accent, and we'll check if the software is going to capture all the words correctly and going to give me a better marks or not. An internal combustion engine enables the driver to decide which source of power is appropriate for the travel requirements of a given journey. Major US auto manufacturers are now developing feasible hybrid electric vehicles, and some are exploring fuel cell technology for their electric cars. I'm very sorry about my bad accent. I'm just trying to imitate one. So, okay, so content 4, oral fluency 4, pronunciation 4, so 12 out of 15. So as we see, definitely this is not a very good idea to imitate accent in PTE examination. Definitely you will get some marks for sure, but with your natural accent or original accent, you're going to gain a lot of marks in PTE examination. Now, which brings me to the end of this video. Before we wind up, just a request: if you haven't subscribed my channel, this is a personal request, do subscribe it so that I can make new videos and share new updates in the PTE world. Also, for any kind of inquiries or enrollments, and if you are seeking for CCL, IELTS, PTE training in Australia, New Zealand, and India, feel free to jump on to my website www.pte4199.com.au.